All right, folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Elf Investments. My very last little single Hello Kitty booster box from the Metazoo universe. We have the patron over here, Trevor. I mean, look, Trevor's from California. I'm from Florida. Lord Trevor, Esquire, with 3 balls, and apparently he has a spaceship. I'm not sure if this guy is like from, Pluto or something. I'm not sure what's going on. So today, we revisit the world of the infamous Hello Kitty. Who would have thought, like, this would have been, like, the infamous Metazoo, drama internet set, I guess you could say? Like, who would have predicted that, What a weird turn of events into 2024. This is it. This is my last little Hello Kitty booster box that I have. On this particular product, I'll even be honest with you, I do not have any for myself on this particular product. I had a very low shipment. We only did, God, what was it, you all, with the patrons? I think we only did, it's like 150 little kits. We didn't do much. They did sell. I mean, the feedback of it, reverse. The feedback was actually quite positive for the people who did buy them and open them. But again, we didn't really sell a whole lot of it. And then after all the craziness happened, we kind of just backed off because I was like, holy smokes, what's going on in the world? So that's really about it there. Our first actual holo. Let's move our reverse over. We got a queen over here. My opinion of what I see happening right now. The Hello Kitty thing, the sales volume still remains very, very weak. A lot of, after the emotional panic of the launch, mostly just because of that TCG player. And people ask me that too. They're like, Rudy, so you think if the TCG player thing didn't happen, what do you think the conversation would be like right now in the world of Metazoo? How do you think people would view it differently? And I'm not really sure. Because going into this whole thing, okay. Is this like this is like a dual land, like a special aura? And he's trying this back. Okay. Whoa, okay. I have not seen this before. Lord Trevor, Esquire of 3 tether balls, you are the first one who's hit one of these. I don't know if that's like a secret special card or what. I have not. The last couple of videos, and again, this is only our third little box opening. And again, we only do 1 box each one. And this will be our nice little kind of end of January going into February Metazoo video. But I have not seen that one yet. I would, again, in the past, like from Native, or these particular cards was like the biggest chase single for the sets. These were $50 to $100 a piece for the specialty auras in Native. Now, I don't know particularly what the situation is regarding the auras in Hello Kitty, because, okay, so Hello Kitty boxes hit a low of like $40 a box within like 24 hours of release with all the drama and everything going on. So, as of the film of this video, the boxes recovered from 40, and now they're like 60, maybe 65 a box. I mean, it's still bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I think the most concerning part is, even at the super low price point, the sales volume and the liquidity and demand at that price is very, very low. But what's interesting is we actually do see a few actual decent sales of people buying particular single cards, which is, I don't know if it's for playability or people are just collecting certain ones, like certain full holos like these. And of course, obviously, the fancy auras. They actually have some of them have actually multiple sales. Oh my God, I can't talk today. It's a word salad. Actually have multiple sales and actually has a sell-through rate of multiple copies, like in a week and 2-week time frame, which is quite interesting. And I think this is one of them, kind of the key with the melody there. I think that's considered kind of some of the main ones there. So let's pause right there. We're about a quarter of the way through the box, and Trevor will do, again, these were the custom, to remind everybody, these were the fan art series that we worked on for, it took forever. I remember paying for this, and it took, I think I had to wait like 7 months for this thing. And this is where we had I have my son, woman, and all 3 of us kind of, we did our own fancy little custom version of this product. I don't really have any nails. I'm afraid to kind of cut it there. And it was, I sold this separately. This was the Rudy Metazoo Through Time, where what I did was, I literally said, okay, so for people who want to spend a couple $100 and buy this product, I gave 1 free booster box of all the previous Metazoo sets, including the native one, with the expensive one. Pack 1, Blue Crayon. That's what we got there. So that's what I ended up doing, and I'll be honest with you all, it didn't sell real well at all. I think as the filming of this, there's around 360 in the world of each promo and everything. It's extraordinarily low, and the only additional supply coming to market is pretty much, 2 blue crayons back to back. Trevor, you may be having some worse luck on this particular one. Some of the other ones got really lucky, but anyways, again, as you all know, I made the decision we're not going to be running any major sales to unload the remainder. I've just got it way in the back of the warehouse on top of pallets, just collecting dust and whatever it is, what it is. Not everything in life works out good. So when we do like a box opening like this, you'll see this is the only way that, you know, Rudy actually places a couple promos into the market from a box opening video with a patron. And yeah, we'll see how the future goes with everything. But anyways, I want to go back to the actual Hello Kitty situation. Because I wonder that, because I was like, I always think about that. I was like, so if they didn't, because again, even Flesh and Blood, oh, there we go. There's a nice little melon. See, some of these main ones, I think, are the ones that people want the singles on. Like, there seems to be maybe a new department or a division or maybe some employees assigned to TCG Player that are reaching out and trying to partner with a lot of CCGs right now, because we saw the Metazoo front page situation promotion, then we saw the Flesh and Blood front page promotion. It seems like there's an attempt to try to get TCG Player more involved with things like that. Unfortunately, the reputation now that's happening is obviously after the Metazoo thing is pretty tainted. It's almost, oh, that looks real. I don't remember seeing this particular one. Unfortunately, the reputation of what's happening of anybody who partners with the front page of this TCG Player thing, some people are calling it like the curse of the front page thing, the curse of the TCG Player partnership. It's kind of getting a very, you can barely see the reverse holo on that. The TCG Player launch partnerships is getting a really weird reputation where it's like a curse. Like anyone who does that thinking you're going to get market exposure, and it's been blowing up in everyone's face. Obviously, you know, things would have been okay if TCG Player didn't dump and flip and collapse Metazoo and like backfire, because the idea of promotion was good, but then that whole clearance thing was a nightmare. And then Flesh and Blood did a partnership with the front page TCG Player for heavy hitters, and at least last I saw, another good hit there. Apparently, from what I call, I could be wrong, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, between 39 and 41% of the promotion for Flesh and Blood sold on the TCG Player front page. So around 60% was not able to be sold. So again, I don't know if it's the products per se, or if it's more so, I can't tell what's going on with that. And it's like, okay, so every company that's done this, it's not going well. So is it a partnership with the TCG Player? It's like their new revenue stream, opportunity to make money. Like what is the interesting dynamic that's luring companies to go with that? I'm assuming TCG's Player is like, hey, we're putting you on the front page. We're giving you a lot of excitement and we're giving you exposure. So you got to give us these products at a special price, and then so we can make a higher margin because we're giving you a ton of free advertising. I'm assuming that is the whole point of these companies trying to do this. Now, it doesn't feel like it's beneficial. Hey, green crayon, okay. So blue and green, I was like, hopefully we don't get the exact same promo. That would be pretty crappy, Trevor. So I assume there's some sort of thing where TCG Player sees an opportunity to make a lot of money. Well, but it's not working. And I believe the companies see an opportunity to get more eyeballs on front of their new product, like a marketing thing. So I think both parties feel like it's a good partnership and it's a good direction for any new release. The problem is that doesn't seem to be happening. And I don't know who or what's going to be next with it, but it's going to be interesting. So far, I love the colors on that candy bowl. And then you look in the little trick-or-treat bowl. So I'm curious who the third company to partner for the front page of TCG Player is going to be. And I'm curious if that curse is going to continue of anyone who chooses that. It doesn't go the greatest, you know what I mean? All right, folks. Trevor, so far, I'm going to call this an average one. And again, we're just doing one little kitty box here. And, of course, you've got a couple little Rudy promo things. So far, we're at 3 crayons. No major Rudy card. And I think I'll address a couple other things because people always ask me. Rudy, were you surprised at the lack of demand? Red crayon. Oh, no, we didn't have the red crayon. Never mind. Okay, so 2 blue. Okay, so that's not bad. So we got one of each of the crayons, 2 blue, red. Okay. People ask me, am I surprised about when you did your Crayon Eater family promo thing? Were you surprised how bad it did? I kind of was, actually. I think out of all the stuff, like to give you all some perspective on it, I was more surprised that me doing my little Metazoo kit through time, where you got my little family promos, and then essentially that's what you were paying for. And then you got the 4 Metazoo boxes for free. So the whole thing was like $3.99. So you got all these different Metazoo boxes. Hey, there's a nice little actual holo. We haven't gotten that one yet. So essentially you got the 4 promo packs and the fan art packs and everything. And then of course you even got the native, and of course all the way back to Seance, UFO, and Wilderness. Which again, the boxes themselves are maybe worth a couple $100, but I thought it was more of a fun thing for people or families who wanted to try it. At least you could open some of the older boxes really cheaply, at the same time have access to trying to get some of the rare promos and kind of, build a collection kind of thing like that. I thought that was the best angle to go with it. Unfortunately, the market just, I guess everybody just thought it was overpriced at $3.99, and well, the patrons in the market pushed back and nobody bought it. So unfortunately, most of them just did not sell. Completely unrelated. Again, the Metazoo and the Hello Kitty thing came after this. We didn't know that was coming, so that's not really related. So a lot of people keep kind of mixing the two things up. The Hello Kitty thing was not launched with the Rudy promo thing. Those were 2 separate things. And I know a lot of people keep mixing it up, thinking that, the Rudy family promo fan art stuff was part of this, but it was not. So I know there's a little bit of confusion on that. I don't know if people... Oh! See, I think we're seeing people, instead of spending, $60, $70 on a booster box, I think people are rather just buying a couple of these key kind of Hello Kitty main cards. That seems to be where most of the action is going on. I don't know if over time that's going to change or not. I would be very skeptical because, again, we don't know. Okay, so the word on the street is there's only like 10,000 Hello Kitty boxes that were made, sold, distributed, or produced, or I'm not sure the details of it. I don't have any information on that. But that is what multiple people have messaged me thinking that it was going to be. I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know if that's low or high, or I have no idea. What I do know is the price, obviously was around $100 a box, which is what, I priced when I was selling. Ooh, there we go. We got the little, ho dang! There it is. When I was pricing my little Hello Kitty kit, I priced the boxes at, I think, was it $89 or $99? Let's just say $99. That's what I thought. I didn't think they were worth the whole $140, $150 thing. I don't know who came up with that. But I thought they'd be like $100 a box. So after that, we saw this huge swing down to 40 at the bottom, and now we've recovered back to the 60s. Now, we don't know in the next 6 months if Metazoo is going to really turn things around, get back on track, release some shocking products or contents that kind of change everything, or does the market just continue to kind of be flat and negative? In other words, we need a positive stimulant, news, release. We need something that really gets people excited. And I don't know what that will be or how that will work. And if that happens, you will see some money and some players and collectors and investors start to move back into Metazoo. Ooh, wow, that foiling looks really wild. Now, as of right now, I don't see any of that happening. Now, hopefully the company has something in the works, or maybe something up their sleeve, or maybe Metazoo can pull something off. But so far, everybody is just pretty negative and very aggressive in the internet. And, there's people keep messaging me about the artists, the reason they quit, and the hidden stories. And then I'm getting messages on apparently there was a tournament or something, and Metazoo owes money to these people that were promised money or something, or payouts or winning. I'm not really sure. And Red Crayon. Okay. Well, we got a pretty good diverse thing here. So we're literally, at least we're 2. No main Rudy card, though. We've only got 2 left, though. We're down to 2. I'm hoping to get 1 Rudy card. So again, I don't have any knowledge, because again, I don't know what's going on with that, but I keep hearing all these bizarre things. And again, I don't know if there's money and issues going on behind the scenes. And blue crayon. Okay, so we're at 3 blues, 2 red, and a green. This is it, Trevor. Your last shot. Otherwise, guess what, buddy? You're heading to eBay to get one. I hate to tell you that. There we go. The last one. I think you may be the first patron that does not get the Rudy one out of the other videos. So this is it. This is it. Is it a Rudy card? Oh, you did it. Oh, it is a Rudy card. Okay. You got lucky. You got lucky. I didn't think that was going to happen. You actually barely ended up. So you've got triple blues. So you can probably sell your extra blues. But you only have one green, one main, and one red. So essentially, you could sell these three online if you want to pretty much recoup a big chunk of your money. And then, of course, you have your full set. And we'll go ahead and complete the image here. Oops. Where are we going? So again, we will go ahead and complete the image there. Anyways, so that's kind of my thoughts and everything and where it stands. I know some patrons also have been selling the fan art packs. Again, everyone's different. I have some patrons that were, never really cared about the game or the boxes in Metazoo, and they just bought them because they love collecting the different promo cards. And I'll see on eBay, people are selling like all the non-Rudy promo stuff. Then I see other people just sell Rudy promos and they keep the sealed boxes. Whatever you want to do, that's cool. Everybody's different. So moving forward, I want to mention one more thing on Metazoo, the Hello Kitty. Then I want to comment real quick on the future for 2024 to see if the company can stay on track with the release schedule. First, the Hello Kitty thing. This is one of those situations where I genuinely have no idea because I have no knowledge and information regarding the details of whether or not the supply, because what if we don't know, what if there's another 5, 10, 20,000 boxes of Hello Kitty that were not able to be sold or sitting somewhere? And then what if those get moved to distribution and go on clearance, and then it just, we go from bad to worse? We don't, the fact that everything is unknown, it's like Wall Street. If you have no knowledge and the market doesn't know anything, and if the market gets jittery, it assumes the worst. Fear takes over the market, and the most dangerous thing on Wall Street is fear, because fear spreads faster than any form of telephone game or virus in the world. Fear will overtake anything and destroy markets. And I guess without the Metazoo Discord, and then I guess now with what's going on, I don't think there's really much of anything. I guess the website, maybe Metazoo Games. I guess maybe there they post updates. It's a tough situation because it sucks. The whole situation sucks of what happened with the company and what happened with Metazoo. I mean, there's nothing really positive to say about it. It's a really shitty thing, man, because I still believe the fundamentals in the concept of Metazoo with the cryptid style, with the creatures and the lore, and then going into this new block with the whole Hawaiian, the island theme and different things. I think all of that still remains a very good business model and idea, okay? And now with them really, I remember there was a comment about Metazoo wanting to be even more family friendly with the art and the style of art versus like what they did with like Seance or like, Nightfall. So I thought that was interesting. I guess they want to pull further away from any form of older or adult style art. So I would assume no muscular giant dudes and with bulges and no big curvy boobed women. I assume they want to pull all of that out to make sure it stays very, very family friendly. I'm assuming that is the direction, which may work if you're going with a family tabletop thing. I do know that I've seen the videos where Metazoo does have a beta tested digital game, a digital client they're working on, which actually looked pretty cool. I don't know how much polishing and how long and what that's going to go and how it's going to launch and if they can get players. That is still a very unknown thing, but it is a real thing, which is very positive. I like the kind of manga, kind of lore comic book style, but again, it's such a small niche thing right now. I don't think most people are really following or care much about that particular department. Most of the focus for everyone who's been involved with Metazoo at the beginning seems to be around the actual boxes and the singles and just kind of monitoring, can there be any form of uptick or new players or, can they grow a player base? Can any of these things be actually possible? That seems to be still what most people are focused on. And the only way we're going to get the answer to that is we're going to have to wait to see what happens with the company. We're going to have to see the announcements and the releases and, the problems that have plagued Metazoo with delays and release schedules and products and, can they firm up the numbers? And unfortunately, the market believes no. And I am hoping the market's wrong, but I'm afraid the market's right. One of those situations. We want things to be better, but deep down, it's like, dude, things are just bad, bro. And everybody's hoping that we get some miracle of positivity and schedules and deadline. We're hoping for that kind of thing. But based on the track record of the last 3 years, it just doesn't look good, man. So 2024, I guess, is going to be really kind of the, do I say like the end all for Metazoo, or kind of the game, kind of the end game, Metazoo end game this year? It's going to be, what we see in the year 2024, in my opinion, is going to dictate the entire future of Metazoo. Like, this year is going to dictate the direction, the velocity, the speed, the growth. This year is it. Because, and they're going to need to release some home run, exciting, crazy things. They're going to need products that have things in them, or maybe special things, or new cards, or styles, or frame, or art, or, I don't know, different serialized cards, different style. Maybe there's secret things, redemption things. Who the hell knows? Excuse me. But they're going to have to do something really drastic. It's not impossible, but it's definitely improbable right now. The odds are definitely stacked against them. So Metazoo claims in 2024 that they are supposed to have multiple big core set releases. And I believe, technically, in January? Wait, this is the end of January. Or by the time you watch this, I'm going to probably publish this video at the end of the month, going into February. Metazoo Legacy Spellbook, this high-end specialty premium spellbook product, was also supposed to launch, I believe it was December or January. So at least as the filming of this video, I have maybe it's being produced now for February or March or April. And see, that's, these kind of uncertainties is what continues to pull people away. Like, even I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know if that product's even coming. I would assume it is. I mean, last I saw an email from it a while ago, but I got to catch up on everything when I was sick. And I assume I'm assuming it's not releasing in January like originally suggested. I assume it's going to be February, March, or April, but now you're pushing, into Q2. You're going to be heading to the summer of 2024, and you still got no releases, and you're still trying to make one spell book. And see, that's what I hear from patrons and other YouTubers and content creator people just saying, it's like, what is going on behind the scenes with that? And I'm going to assume it's something to do with maybe the printer from China, and maybe the company in the US, and maybe logistics and delay. When you deal with that China kind of stuff, and the printers, when you deal with anything China related, you incur additional levels of risk with your company that, can really cause you a lot of problems. I mean, we even saw that with the new sorcery, with the constant delays and the waves and customs. And hey, anybody seen Rudy's 1,000 sorcery playmats? I bet they'll end up on eBay by some weird account sometime in the next 5 years on clearance. It's one of those things where, those are part of the risks of, using a printer or having a partner in China. It incurs very high levels of danger, of things that you just don't know until you get involved in, So I think that's really what it comes down to. What happens to the Metazoo Hello Kitty stuff, the last big release, which I guess came out and then went nuclear, and now everybody just is like, oh God, be careful, stay away. So we want to see how it goes. And again, I still don't even think the Hello Kitty product is bad. And that's the funny thing about it, is this is a situation, and I know I'm almost rambling here, but there's so much history to this stuff. Like, when Force of Will fell apart, everybody knows when Force of Will slowed down and had issues, it was because they released Millennia of Ages. They released an awful product that, I even did a mass box opening on Force Will Millennia of Ages. And I had 120 or 240 boxes, whatever I did. And it was awful. It was awful. I got clobbered, lost thousands. And guess what? That exact line in the sand is like half of LGSs in the US didn't order the next Force of Will set after that. And that was a turning point. The weight and the shifting of everyone's behavior was so dramatic. Force of Will was never able to recover. Then they had other problems with tournaments, cards, banning, companies, ownership change. It was just a constant downhill snowball. Now again, Force of Will still makes products, and they're still around. Actually, we just had a recent release, it's like impossible to get their boxes, and they're super expensive and hard to find. But they're still around, and they will be. But they're just not huge. Now, in Metazoo, we had Hello Kitty. Actually, unlike Force of Will and the problem that caused them to have company problems, Hello Kitty was actually a good product. Nobody's even complaining. Nobody even thinks Hello Kitty's a bad product. I've not heard a single person say Hello Kitty and the art and the style and the actual crossover and the IP partnership with Hello Kitty was bad. Like, that wasn't the issue. The issue was there was the execution and launch of Hello Kitty. I've never seen anything like that before. I had never seen anything like that. And I don't know if we ever will again. I almost want to say it may have been a black swan event, because the Hello Kitty launch and the TCG player, and the TCG player is saying, fuck it, just clearance it all and tank the entire market. I've never seen that before. That is one of the craziest things I've seen in modern CCG history. Like, I can't imagine anyone else ever allowing that to happen. Like, can you imagine if Pokemon had a new box and then they had and after 1,500 bundles and they were only able to sell, I don't know, a percentage of it, a small chunk? Can you imagine Pokemon or Magic clearancing and immediately just tanking the product on like release day or something, or like 2 days? Can you imagine? Like, I mean, we've seen Amazon dumps with Hasbro and those idiots. You know, we've seen Pokemon increase print runs of Scarlet and Violet and damage the market. We've seen things like that, but we've never seen that extreme of a launch go nuclear. So the end of this video remains of, will Hello Kitty be able to shake that infamous launch because the product isn't bad? Can it separate itself when enough time gets between the product and that original date of nuclear mess? As enough time passes, will the market, reprice it higher? And that's the real question. Right now, it's tried. It's gone from 40 back to 60s of the box. It's moved back up some, which is positive, but still it's very weak. It's very, very weak, everybody. So, and then the final comment on this video is, will they release core sets? Will it be released on time? And will they be able to print cards with art, collectability, and hidden things that are going to wow the market to really make it exciting? That's it. That's what we're all waiting for. Last but not least, Lord Trevor Esquire of the Third Ball Dynasty. Keep in mind, you are allowed to have a free PCG graded card from this video. If you want all the crayon things or promos or anything graded, like if you want 10 cards graded, I can get you 2 cards graded for free if you instead of just 1 card graded for free. That's up to you. Just send me a message after this video goes live here. Hopefully you see it before the end of January. And yeah, let me know what you want to do. And some people don't want any graded cards. They're like, Rudy, just send me my crap. I ain't waiting a few weeks for a card graded. Other than that, folks, thanks for watching. As always, have a beautiful day as we journey through the year 2024.